All right, the P-Man here, April 13th in the hangar. Been here quite a bit of time, about 3-4 hours. What I'm doing today is working on the alodine of the wing. Hi, okay, something went wrong. But anyway, so here's the areas that I've alodined, and they're kind of curing right now, the alodine. I just use as an etchant vinegar, just rice vinegar, and it works really well. You'll know when you've etched it well when you put that alodine on, and it's so little. I'm telling you, I put a small little cup, did all these spots, and I even had just a tad left over. So the minus amount with a Q-tip. You'll know when the alodine's going on good, it'll just flow. It won't. There's a couple areas there where some screws that had a little grease on them, and it kind of it just stays with the cohesion of the liquid into a ball. But when you've got it etched right, it just flows right out of that metal so nice. And you definitely want to, after you etch it with your vinegar or whatever you use, go ahead and alodine it right away, because it starts self-passivating aluminum, which is just kind of, you know, you get a corrosion product. If you were trying to do it a couple days later, there might be a little buffer there, so it's good. And I'm actually going to rinse it off with water, distilled. You should DI, but deionized water, what the heck. I just use distilled in a spray bottle to give it a lot of force, you know, just one of those hand pump sprayer things, and then wipe it down. And then I'm going to let it dry a little bit and then hit it with a little coat of primer. And man, it was a lot of work getting all these spots. And what happens too, I'll say, as you're working them, you're going to see areas that you missed. And man, you'll never get done, you know. So what I did is I'm at the 90%. You know, there's some areas up there that I'll get them, you know, in a few months or something. Because if you keep stopping to you know, hit those other spots where you're in mid of your process, you're just never going to get done. So also I did a little paint booth, made one of those Guillow models of a 150, and painted her this color. So, and also a kind of funny little story. I called my brother today and I said, hey John, you know, Mom never told us about a sister that we had, an adopted sister born in 1966 in Wichita, Kansas. And he's like, what? And I said, yeah, man. I said, she's living up here in North Titusville and Dunn. And my brother, he's probably calling my mom right now, wondering about our adopted sister born in Wichita, Kansas, 1966. So, oh man, I'm a terrible brother. All right, have a great day. All right, so I wanted to show I'm wrapping it up today. I got the primer on the ugly bird. Well, she ain't ugly. And I rolled it outside because the Florida sun, man, it's got it dried out real quick so there'd be no moisture. Maybe 15 minutes. I ran it. I had to run it. I had to run the engine. Oh, can't do nothing because it's not airworthy yet. But anyway, so the critical thing, I got this in January. We're in April. My most important thing was just to arrest the active corrosion. And I believe I did that. And to do it somewhat at a low cost with my partner. So we're just using some regular paints here, kind of automotive paints. Now, I will say we went and bought aircraft grade paint, and we were going to actually do the spots in aircraft grade. Our painter, though, we found a painter to do our aileron. We had to have that reskin, and you'll notice it's a beautiful paint job. That is aircraft grade, Cessna color, all that good stuff, about $120 worth. And the painter said, man, you'd be idiots if you put this hard epoxy on that fuselage and wing. If you're going to paint it in 3 or 4 years, it'll be a nightmare to get off. And I tell you what, I consider that sage advice. And we took it, and we're not looking back. That was great advice on that guy's part to keep us from doing something that we know we're going to paint it here in a few years, but we just want to fly her for a while, and we have arrested the active corrosion. So again, thanks for checking in. One of the things on alodine I read is they said, you know, it is, don't let it dry out when it's on. I think that's more of a bath kind of thing. I did spray it with the spray washer to get it off. You know, it took me about an hour to go around the aircraft, and by that time I started back washing it off. where I had started. So I don't think that's bad. And also another thing, the guy did say it is a you know, a fine coating, so be careful. And so I just dabbed off the water with a nice cotton rag and didn't scrape it or you know, anything like that. So, okay, thank you so much.